Welcome to my channel. My name is Whitney Baldwin and I'm so glad that you are here. If you are a creative person who likes to do and make things, which I'm sure you are, thank you for visiting me and finding me on the internet. So if you have been watching my videos, I have been all over the place. This little piece of heaven is my shed. I don't have a name for it yet. If you have a name for a she shack shed type thing, let me know. This is an 8x5 shed that I bought from Lifetime, I think is the brand. I will do a shack tour, she shack shed casita tour once it's done. It was so easy to build this shed, anybody can do it. So I'll show you in another video how I did it, how I built the platform. Building the platform was a little bit more difficult because you had to buy your own lumber and you needed to have a little bit of construction knowledge, but I'll show you how to do it. It's really easy. Okay, so let's talk about curtains. Today I'm going to share with you a super easy DIY conduit curtain rod system with no-sew drop cloth curtains. If you have been watching my house renovation videos, then you might know that I don't have any water or heat up at the house right now, and I'm gonna wait until after the freeze zone to turn the water on because I don't want to deal with bursting pipes. And I've been generating a little bit of heat through space heaters, and they're doing an okay job. Everything's starting to creep down. My goal for the time being up at the house is to retain the maximum amount of heat that I am generating with these electric space heaters. So I wanted to figure out a curtain situation that would help me keep the heat in and the cold out. But my dilemma is I am at the very beginning, the very forefront of renovating this house, and I think it's too early to make the final design decision for what the curtains and drapery is going to be. So I wanted to figure out something cheap that I could reuse in the future if I needed to, if it wasn't going to be the actual end product. Originally, I had my heart set on Restoration Hardware's linen curtain line. Oh my god, you guys, if you have not seen Restoration Hardware's linen curtains, they are like heaven in a textile. They are so luxurious and I have no words. Amazing, luxurious, sophisticated, rich. They are just elegant, period. So I originally thought, oh, this whole room and this whole house could have Restoration Hardware curtains. And then I looked at the price. You guys. For one panel of the curtains that I want from Restoration Hardware is $329. For one panel! My dreams were crushed! After crying inside for a second, I decided to do what I do best. Do it myself. So when I built the shed, I had an idea to do conduit curtain rods for here. So I was like, well, you know what? Why not do conduit curtain rods up at the house? I love the industrial piping trend that's going on right now, but it's pretty expensive actually, guys. Target is making this like faux plasticky one, and it's just like flimsy and looks like not that awesome. So the real cast iron piping is pretty expensive and it's very heavy. So if you're gonna plan on using something like that, then you definitely need to put anchors in your walls and then drill into the anchors. And if you don't know how to do that, you can Google, it's not that hard, or you can have somebody come over and help you do it. But I decided to stick with conduit because it's really cheap, really light, and easy to work with. So I went to Walmart and I looked at what they had, and it was just like generic bullshit. Then I was thinking, what comes in like big sheets that has an open weave that looks really good? A drop cloth. And then I started Pinteresting, and it's been done before. So I went to Home Depot, I picked up everything that I needed: the conduit, the L brackets, the nuts and bolts, the drop cloths, and some spray paint. So the conduit is just a regular metallic finish. It's just metal. When the weather warms up a little bit, I will be spray painting these, I think, white. But just so you know, paint doesn't really fully dry unless it's around 50 degrees, and it's still in the 30s here in New York. So I'm gonna wait until it warms up a tad before I fully finish these curtain rods. For the end caps, the little part that's gonna go here, I haven't really decided what that's gonna be yet. I've seen some really cute things with different knobs. I saw like these little cute like wooden birds that I thought would be adorable for the farmhouse. But I'll show you how I'm gonna do it. When I was originally planning on putting the curtain rods up in here, I found these doorknobs from Anthropology. These were originally $10 and now they were on sale for $2.95. There was a bucket like in the basement of like a whole bunch of different knobs that were on sale, and I was able to find, I think, 6 or 8 of these. So welcome to my creative solution on how to put a knob into the end of a conduit. Excuse the band-aid on my thumb, I did burn myself on some fajitas. So I've seen a lot of people try to use wine corks to put into the end of half-inch conduit. Wine corks are actually too big, and I've also seen some people try to cut down a 3/4 inch dowel to put in there, and that is also too big. And it also seems like it would take forever. So I recently got a package in the mail, and there was these packing peanuts. They're styrofoam packing peanuts. So I had the idea to smush some of these packing peanuts onto the end of the doorknob and then shove it in there and see what happens. So let's give it a go. Now once I have this conduit spray painted white, I feel like that's gonna look really damn cute. And it's definitely not gonna fall out. All right, I think that worked. Styrofoam can never be recycled, people, so instead of putting it in the garbage, put it to use in a craft project. Yes, Jaina! I'll probably do something similar to this up at the house, maybe like a glass doorknob. I'm not really sure. We'll see. So these are the canvas drop cloths that I got to make my curtains out of. Everbuilt, not really familiar with this brand. They're 6 feet by 9 feet. Pretty cool grain. I mean, they actually kind of feel like really good linen. Like, I know it's canvas, but like, they feel pretty cool. We'll take one out of the package soon and see how they drape. Conduit is a piping for electrical use. You put the wires in, I think it's like coded that it has to be in New York City, and wires have to be in conduit due to rats, because rats are pretty attracted to wires, I guess. It's a heat source and it's like nesting material. Anyway, Home Depot up here only sold conduit in 10 feet sections and then 5 feet sections. So I cut 4 pieces of 10-foot conduit into sections that there's a 6 foot, this is a 6 foot section, and then these are all 4 feet. So that equals 10 feet. And then I have 2 other pieces of conduit that I only took a foot off of. So they're 9 feet, and this is just the 1 foot extra. So the 9 feet pieces of conduit I'm going to use for the 2 8-foot windows. So there's a 6-inch overhang on those 2, and then that front window I will be using. I'll be putting 2 6-foots together with this 1 foot in the middle. So the 12-foot window will have a 13-foot piece of conduit. So there's a 6-inch overhang on the edge as well. And I'm going to put these together with this.
The 10-foot piece of conduit was $2.55 per piece. The canvas drop cloths were actually the most expensive. These were $11.48 a piece, but the texture is actually pretty nice. They look pretty luxurious, I might say. And it's something different than just the generic bullshit from Walmart. These little U things, rigid 1-hole strap, these were 69 cents a piece. Nuts and bolts, right? Round head combo. So this package of Everbuilt machine screws were $1.18 a piece. Corner braces, there are 4 in a pack. These don't come with screws, but these were $3.27 a piece. These were pretty expensive too. These are drapery clip rings, and these are $7.97 a piece.
So make sure if you are going to use a system that your coupling size matches your conduit size. So this is 1/2 inch and this is 1/2 inch. They do have 3/4 inch and I think 1 inch, but I decided to go with 1/2 inch because I just did. So they go right in, and then you tighten this little screw down, and then the inner part of the screw clamps onto that post, and then it's sturdy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take this L bracket, this little strap that fits the 1/2 inch conduit, put them together like so, put this through, and then thread the little bolt on as tight as I can with my fingers. Make sure they are lined up, and then tighten the screw on top so this will stay in place and not move. Okay, let's make some more.
This back will be flush up against the wall. This will stick out 2.5 inches, and then the conduit will lay right inside, and hopefully everything will work out.
Alrighty, there she is. This is the big window in the front. This is the 12-foot window that I have the 13-foot piece of conduit on. And she's looking pretty good. All right, here is my drop cloth. I think if I take it home and wash it and hang it up to dry, it'll get like this really cool wash look and get a little wrinkly, and I love it. Those are my rings that I have evenly spaced out.
A few things to keep in mind if you do decide to try this little tutorial out is, 1, all drop cloths are not created equal. As you can see, my first attempt, the middle drop cloth was a more beige tone than the other 2 gray tones, and the texture was actually a little bit thicker, like it had been starched. But I think it's just cotton, I think it's just cellulose fibers. But really keep an eye when you're buying them, because I think I could have noticed, but I just didn't. I honestly didn't even notice that they were different colors until I had them hung. Then I took a step back and was like, what? But luckily I had another one where I was able to swap it out, and bam, it looks nice. Originally, I wasn't a fan of the fold over look because I wanted to lift them up and just have them like kiss the floor and break just a tad. If you don't like the fold over look, I didn't really like it at first, but now I kind of like it. It's growing on me. You can always fold the excess to the back, or you can cut it off and sew it and hem it. Whatever you want to do, really. So something that I might try is to bring the drop cloths home and wash them in my washing machine with some pumice stones. I think that might give it a really cool stone wash effect. If I do end up doing that, then I will definitely make a video and show you if it worked out. You can use anything. You don't have to use the cast iron, you don't have to use conduit. You could definitely use PVC pipe. They have the same elbow joints, they don't have flanges. You're gonna have to figure out how to mount them to the wall. And Rust-Oleum is a brand, I know there might be a couple more, that makes a hammered textured spray paint. So you can spray paint PVC and it'll look just like cast iron. Hi. You okay, kiddo? If you guys do decide to try something like this, please, please, please let me know. I would love to see what you decide to do, what you use. I mean, you don't have to use drop cloths. You could use muslin, you could use old bed sheets. You could get probably bed sheets or some sort of thin blanket from the thrift store, wash it, put it in a dye bath, and screen print on it. That could be really, really cool. Alright guys, I guess that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you do end up doing a tutorial like this, please let me know. I would love to see your creative ideas, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, bye! You want a treat? Oh, oh. You want crunchies? You need a poo-poo? Ah, poo-poo time. Okay, bye guys!